Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel on data engineering. In today's video, I'll be explaining a mini project called Insurance Upgrades related to data engineering with SQL. So the project's main focus is on the customer's policy data. So to start with, we have a company, there is a company called Travel Assured, and it provides all kinds of travel services to its customers, like flight services, flight tickets, or hotel bookings or holiday insurance. So we were given a database schema which contains four tables: sales, customers, policy, and purchase. And the four tables are within a database named insurance. So let's say if you're working in an insurance company or any service provider that needs the customer's active policy status for customer engagement and better retentions. In this project, we'll be using SQL to analyze the data from these database containing all the different tables, sales, customers, policies, and purchase. So task, the sales team wants to use the customer information to target their new promotion. And they think that the data might not be clean. So for that, we need to query and make sure the customer table matches with the description provided. Like the data types should be matched. So now moving on to the query. Uh, so here I have written a select statement which contains all the four column names, the customer ID, which is a primary key, and the location. Since the location is given as lowercase string, so I have given a lower function and I'm aliasing it as location, and age, integer value giving an age of the customer. So here I'm casting the age as where_char. So cast is a function used to change the data type, and I'm using the age as, again, I'm aliasing here as where_char, and I'm aliasing it as age. And here the registration date, here we were given the description as date of first registration with company, and it should be in the format of year, month, and date. So here I'm using the toChar function. So the toChar function converts the registration date to the format of year, month, date as a string. And I'm aliasing this as, again, registration date, since here the column name is given as registration date. So, and I'm uh, doing this query from the customers table. So I have written as from customers. So this is the output that we get when we run this query. Yeah, so I'll be providing my Git repository link in the description below so that you can download all the relevant files and you can run this on your own local machine. Yeah, so now moving on to the second task. In this task, the sales team wants to run a promotion again on the upgrades to the international travel insurance policies. So here they want to make sure they run the promotion only on the customers who have an active US policy type. So we need to query for the policy holders who are having an active status and they are within the US. So for that, I have written the query as you can see here. So we have the sales table, customers table, the policy, and the purchase table, right? So we need to return the customer ID and the start date in the output. So to get the customer ID, we need to select the customers table. So from the customers table, table name dot column name. So here the table name is customers and the column name is customer ID. So to get the customer ID and to get the start date, and the start date is within the policy. So I have to give the table name and the column name. So it is policy dot start date. So here, since we need to uh, get the active policy type, yeah, active policy type, right? So in order to do that, we need to join the sales and the policy table. because we will know whether the uh, status is active or not from the policy table, and that needs to be updated to the sales team. So we have to join the sales table and the policy table, as well as the sales table and the customers table. We are joining the sales and the customers table because we need to know the customer information, right? That needs to be updated to the sales. So we are joining the sales and the customers table. So from customers table, we are joining sales. Since the customer ID is the primary key for both the tables, we are joining both the tables on the primary key. We are joining sales on customers.customer ID equal to sales.customer ID. Again, similarly, we are joining the policy table with the sales table. Here, the policy ID is the primary key, so we are joining on the policy ID. And now we have to apply the filter for whoever is having an status, active policy status, and they are within the US. For that, I have written a filtering function called where, and the policy.active. Here again, the table name dot column name, which is true. Here I'm giving a boolean to check whether if it's true or false. So I'm giving true since we need whoever is active, right? So policy.active is equal to true. And I'm giving the policy.policy type. Here I have to check for the policy type as well. Is it within the US or not? So policy.policy type is US. And that returns our output. So we get the customer ID and the start date of active policy holders. Yeah. Now, moving on to the third task, the promotion has been sent, and now the sales team would like to monitor the number of active policyholders and whoever has purchased an upgrade, like whoever is active and whoever has purchased an upgrade. So, and the query result should return for the policy type and number of active customers. So, in order to get the number of active customers, you need to have a count of the customers. And to get the count, we count on the customer ID so that we get to know whoever is having an active policy and whoever has purchased an upgrade. So, by counting the number of customers from the sales table, we get a count of number of members active. So here in the select statement, I am selecting the policy type from the policy table. So policy.policy type, and I'm counting the sales.customer ID. So to get the number of customers who are active, I'm using the count function. This is the aggregate function, and I'm using the distinct function to get the unique set of values in order to remove all the duplicates. And I'm aliasing this as number active since we need to return as number active in our query result. And I'm joining the policy and the sales table since we need to know the active policy holders, and we get that from the policy table, and we join the policy table with the sales table on the policy ID since it's the primary key. And we do the filtering here on the purchase type from the purchase table. So we were asked to find out whoever has purchased an upgrade. So to get that, we need to merge the purchase table with the sales table, and we are joining it on the purchase ID since purchase ID is the primary key. And to filter for whoever has purchased an upgrade, we are filtering on the purchase type from the purchase table. And we are also filtering for the active status. So policy.active, and we are setting it to true so that whoever has an active policy, uh, those active policy holders values are returned. And we are grouping by the policy type. So in the query result, we get the number of active policy holders with the policy type, and we are getting 54 for whoever is having an international policy type, and we are getting 129 number of customers with active US policy type. So this is the end of the project. If you have any questions, please post your questions in the comment section. So that's it for the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.